Fun and laughs from Trackwork this morning here at the Rosehill Trials. We have all the latest from the trainers and jockeys ahead of San Domenico Stakes Day. Hey Tyler, welcome back. We haven't had a chat in a little while. So you had obviously your injury setback, and we were just chatting off camera that you had a bit of time to spend with your son and recover. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it was really a good downtime. I think the winter carnival up in Queensland and the winter weather down here wasn't great, so it was fantastic to catch up with the family and just watch him grow and flourish. Arlo, he's getting a bit big now and starting to walk. So yeah, it was a setback, but it was a good time to be having a break.
So you can rip straight back in now. You've been back, you had a week back in Queensland, you've had one Saturday back here. How's your body feeling?
Yeah, really good. I didn't get too much preparation to go to the races, to be honest. I got 2 weeks track work at the Hawkses, a couple of jump outs, and then didn't even get any trials because they kept getting pushed back and rained out. So it was good to be back in the saddle in Queensland and good to get a bit of fitness back. And yeah, it was nice to be back in Sydney as well on the weekend.
And no doubt nice to throw your leg over a few handy ones. I know you've got a huge spring coming up. Let's just touch on a few of yours on Saturday. Brosnan's had a long time off the scene, but he looks to have come back well.
Yeah, he's always been a really consistent customer. He doesn't win very often. I think he's still a Class 1 horse, but he's always been in that good company and running good races. So hopefully if he can handle that wet track, he should be hitting line strong. You're
on Devil Knight in the San Domenico as well. You haven't have you actually been on him ever before?
Not race day or trials, but I have track work and he's going well. I don't know where he's going to go, here or Melbourne, because of the wet tracks, but they'll be looking for the bit of the firmer ground, and I think he's going well. I think his trial at Canterbury, he didn't seem to love the heavy, so if they can find the soft range or maybe a bit firmer, it'd be good.
We've also got a nice ride there tomorrow, Banknote Hustler, for Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr. at Gosford.
Yeah, if he goes around, he looks a good chance. He's fairly consistent. He hasn't had too many starts, and he's probably still learning, but he finds a pretty suitable race to match up.
Who are you most looking forward to for the spring? I know it's a bit hard because you've got a few big guns in your corner.
Yeah, I've got a fair few of Hawks' good horses there, which Briasa and Nepotism would probably be the main two that I'm definitely looking forward to partnering. I'd love to get on Briasa and see him go well in the Everest, and Nepotism will be heading towards sort of Golden Rose and maybe a Cox Plate sort of path, just depending on how he turns up.
Have you been able to get back on either of them at Trackwork yet?
Yeah, I've been on both of them. Briasa's going really well. He's very cruisy and just does his job so professionally. And Nepotism, he's exactly the same. For a colt, he's very quiet. He hasn't put a foot wrong, and he's come back in great order.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
All right, Nath, it's no doubt really exciting to have him back. That's his second trial now, Private Harry. What do you make of it?
Yeah, he's very good. I suppose as they're going from the 3 to 4-year-old season, you want to see him come back and still have their mind on the job, and he's doing that terrific. Like the way he's firing out of the gates, he's got a high cruising tempo, and it was good to see the second horse sort of put under a bit of pressure and sort of test him. We needed a pretty decent hit out there today under his own steam, albeit, but I think he's spot on. He's all dappled up through the neck, and he's a very happy, healthy horse.
So we know he's already got the Everest slot, so there's no pressure. What will be the plan now? What's the map?
Oh, he's 3 weeks into the shorts, so that's on the 20th. Probably have an exhibition gallop at the races, as I say, just to stimulate him and bring him on again. But look, his gate speed, it's something you love to see from him. It just sort of takes bad luck out of the equation in a race, and we know he can take a sit as well, like he did in the Galaxy. He's not just a speed horse, it needs to control up in front. So he definitely bangs himself in the first 4 and makes our job easy.
We talk about him physically, and you did notice that he looks so dappled in the skin, and he obviously has furnished and filled out, but he's still got that athletic build.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to see him get too heavy. He's definitely matured into a big, strong man now, but he's still got that athletic build. He's very light on his feet, and his attitude, I think that's the best thing. As soon as you got him off the truck here, he just doesn't turn a hair. He walks around like a lamb, and he conserves energy. So he's always done that at the races, and I suppose as they're getting older, from that 3 to 4-year-old season, you want to see their mind still on the job, and nothing's changed there.
And what's he like at home? Pretty straightforward to deal with?
Well, that's the thing. At home, he can be a little bit colty, but as soon as you take him to the trials of the races, to get him off the truck, it's like game's on, his mind's on the job, and he knows what he's there to do. So why he's conserving energy at the races. He just stands in the tie-ups, he walks around like a lamb, and even when you see him present the mountain yard, he just doesn't sweat, he just walks around. He's quite an intelligent horse, takes it all in and leads it till the barriers open.
He's got a lot of presence about him.
He does. I think he knows he's pretty well looking at him. And
even when I took a photo of him before, he's posing and he just knows.
Yeah, definitely. So, no, he's easy on the eye to look at.
Let's just talk about some of the runners that you've had this week. Mornington Pier and Silvanito were both pretty good yesterday. How have they pulled up?
Yeah, Mornington Pier was good. Just there was no tempo in the race and we didn't want to change his pattern. Probably couldn't get too wide on the track there on Saturday, and he probably just got a bit wide for our liking. Sort of those 3 or 4 lanes from the inside are probably the place to be, but he's definitely come on nicely. He's got a Saturday City win in him, and Silvanito, a bit of frustrating watch there yesterday. Ash sort of struggled to get him around the corner there. He needed to be in a bit of a sidecar to get him around the corner, but once he flattened out, he was good, and we're stepping on 1400. He's in for a good prep.
How's Churchill's Choice?
Yeah, she's going to Mona Lisa next Friday at Wyong. Probably not the ideal track for her, but it sort of leads 2 weeks into the Tibby at Newcastle. We got up her over an Oaks trip, but I don't think probably the 2,000 metre plus really suits her. Maybe just at that mile, 1,800 is her pet trip, and with a bit of speed on. So that's the plan. We'll go to the Mona Lisa and the Tibby. We may look to experiment with some headgear, but I'd say we'll try that in the Tibby.
And Daz, you'll have to cut this out because this is me thinking out loud. But who's the other good filly you have? Harlem Queen. That's right. Yeah. How's she? What's happening
Harlem
there?
Queen. Yeah, she's probably only a couple of weeks off the trial. She had a setback up in Queensland. She had a little injury, but we just give her plenty of time to get over that. She's back in. She looks well. She looks all dappled up. She's a filly or mare now, but you just keep looking at her and go, she's going to be better next preparation. She's all leg. I kept saying that to the guys probably 3 preparations ago, but this time in she's really strengthened and filled out. So I suppose that's typical of the breed, being a brutal, but I think she's in for a good prep, and we'll just take our time with her and see where she sits.
Let's talk about some of your trialers this morning. You've got a stack in, actually. My Fair Lady?
She's going okay. She didn't run very well first up, but she sort of pulled up not the best, so there's been a bit of a gap between runs. This is more a tick-over trial. She showed a bit of promise last prep, winning a couple in a row. I'm not 100% sure what distance range she's really after. I think she might be more of a 1,400 metre miler, but she'll go back to the provincials first, and hopefully then she can graduate into some city races.
What do you make of Iron Brave?
I think she's extremely talented. She's very Vinny-like. She's got a bit of a temper on her, but we threw her in the deep end second up in a midway in a second ever start after winning well at Scone, and I thought she performed well on testing conditions. I think if she can make the next step, she may not be thereabouts this spring, but maybe in the autumn you might see her in some nice races.
Coastwatch, we haven't seen him since the Luskin Star. He's got his first trial back.
Yeah, I probably pushed him a little bit too far. After he won a stakes race in Melbourne, probably was the time to just be like, you've done your job. We went to the well one too many times, so he'll come back. It's just about getting him back in form. There's no real set plan for him at this stage. It's get him in form and then pick off the races around the bigger races. He's sort of that level below the top liners.
Let's look to the weekend. You've got pocketing resuming. You do have him nommed for Saturday here, but you're electing probably to go to Queensland?
Yeah, it was a tough decision really, because you don't love travelling horses first up, but that Randwick track, the Kensington on yesterday and Wednesday, it was really testing. And look, the course proper will be in better nick, but it's still going to be pretty heavy, and he doesn't like it heavy at all. So we opted that the lesser of two evils was going to Queensland where the track's dry.
I want to ask about Orange Tsunami. What do you make of that horse?
I think he's a real progressive horse by Poisier.
Yeah.
Probably surprised us at the trials a bit, and he'll probably go to Wyong on Sunday, which probably isn't that ideal first up for a horse that probably is a little bit green and was hanging around the bend here, but it'll be a kicking off point. I'd expect him to go through the grades pretty quickly, and hope he's one that maybe could feature in some 3-year-old middle distance races by the end of the spring.
All right, Gerald, I've got to ask you about one of my favourite horses. First of all, Sanctified, who's come back in nice order. What are you thinking with him this weekend?
I would just like to get him win a maiden, you know, and maiden plates where they're all carrying the same weights have been a bit scarce. Like he ran first up at Kensington the other day, but it was a handicapping. He had 60 kilos or something. But drops to 57 the weekend at Kembla or Wyong, where the best track is. And he needs firmer ground. So we just like to go and win a maiden with him.
No doubt good to have Brosnan back. He's back off what was quite a long layoff. We've seen him resume a couple of weeks ago at Rosehill. How's he come on from that?
He's come on really well. Like he had a long time off with a suspensory problem, and two trials were quite fair for him. He's not a great trial horse, and his run on an unsuitable heavy track was quite pleasing actually. He's come on well from it. Worked good on the grass on Tuesday morning, and still perhaps after over 12 months off, he probably still needs this one to tighten him up a little bit more, but he is going well, and we'll appreciate firmer track, 1,500 metres.
We see King of Pop for the first time, resuming as a 3-year-old in the San Domenico. Two nice trials.
Two nice trials. Horse has done well. He's come up good. Such a laid-back horse. You never know he's in the place. You know, he eats his feed, does his work. He's never a hassle. Looking forward to seeing him back because I do reckon he's improved from the autumn.
Grabini has had a tick-over trial since, been kept up to the mark?
Yeah, he only had a short time off down at Limitless Lodge, and he's running on Saturday. Nice trial last week. Running Saturday, 1,500. Probably will improve off the race, but it'll top him up nice for Newcastle in 19 days.
And Colourful Emperor resumes as well.
Yeah, he had a long time off in Hong Kong, and originally he come back here for rehabilitation, and we keep going out and having a look at him for the owner. He kept asking us to go and have a look at him. And then when he was going so well in pre-training, well, Sean decided to lead him here and race him in Australia. His couple of trials have been very good. He's not a very big horse, he's only a little fella, but he's going well.
So what's the story with him? Why did he come back from Hong Kong?
He had joint problems, and they sent him back to, they sent him over for rehabilitation, and he's done well. He's got no sign of any problems with us yet, and he's going well.
And I have to ask, how is Skyhook?
Terrific. He might have a trial on Tuesday. I'll just look at that, but he come out of that race really well, and he's done well since, and have a bit of a head out on Saturday morning, and then we'll decide whether we trial him or not.
Have you seen him change now as a 3-year-old? He's obviously taken that natural improvement you would expect. Has he settled a little bit? He was better in the yard the other day.
Yeah, well, see, catch you a bit unaware of that, because he's a quiet horse too. He doesn't do anything at home, and I think his slipper day was probably gone over the top. That's the worst he was in slipper day, but he seems all right. He was okay here the other day, but I was just thinking I might put two handles on him his next start and just see how he goes there. But it's a bit hard to rectify when they're not like it at home.
Hippo, let's talk about Bivax. I know you know this colt better than anyone, and you've been on him for all his trials this time in. How's he come back?
He's come back really well. Obviously, last preparation, he showed good ability winning the stakes race as a 2-year-old. But his mannerisms then, he was still learning to be a racehorse, and just if things didn't really go his way, he just didn't know how to handle it. But from day dot, this preparation, even when James had him and even now Chris has got him, I can feel that going to the barriers, his manners in the barriers, and then that obviously flows on into his trials. So really looking forward to riding him this preparation.
He's always a strong colt. Do you think he's filled out as you would expect, but do you think he's strengthened a bit more?
I think he has strengthened, but I think the biggest thing with him is his mentality and now knowing to be a racehorse, and it'll just make things a lot more fluent in the run, and his races have been able to position him and not going too strong. And each trial he's improved, and although we trialled the other day on the synthetic track, the feel he gave me that day was very exciting.
And he's got those 3 trials under his belt now for his resuming run this weekend, so you'd expect fitness wouldn't be a query.
No, and the 1100 will suit him perfectly. He seems to me as if he's just going to be a sprinting type of horse, but he's going well. Looks a good race for him. He's drawn out wide, which isn't a bad thing. We can take our time. Ideally, I'd like a little bit of speed in the race, but just looking at the moment, it doesn't seem to be a great deal of that. But this preparation, the way he's handling himself, I think we can adapt to that.
What do you make of Johnny yesterday?
Yeah, he was excellent. Obviously, 2 short margins with his last 2 runs, being in second. But he's, I think, deeper into his prep, we're still learning about him. But he's obviously looking like he wants further now. Sort of lost touch with him through the corner, and the winner was able to sort of skip away on him. But he's got a lot of class about him. He's still learning. But I think, I think yesterday sort of showed that he is looking for probably 1,400 metres eventually. He's doing the right things. He was just left a little bit flat, especially being down on the inside there and sort of dictated to. But I was still very happy with him. He obviously loves that chase. He's excellent late, lays the ears back, and has a real crack. So he's going really well. There's a lot of upside to him, and he's got a bright future.
Let's look to the weekend. In the midway, you reunite with star Fisticated.
Yeah, she's been ultra competitive this whole preparation. Obviously, a really good run there. So you think, it's good. So you think so or something. But he obviously come out and won again at Randwick the other day, and she's going terrific. Another really good run. Last start, she gets a good barrier. I think she sort of lands in the right part of the field, and she'll get every chance. She's only got to show up what she's been doing, and she'll be competitive.
What do you make of Kingston Charm?
Yeah, good run there. Obviously 2 back. A little bit sort of lost their last start, but obviously small field helps. Gets a good gate. Will have all the right things go right for her. She's only got to bring that form from 2 back, and she'll be competitive.
Isn't it fun when your friends support you in your interviews?
Yeah, it's great. I'm stoked. They're standing right behind me, picking on me and playing around like losers.
Losers.
Okay, Tommy Berry.
He called you losers.
So, Randall, what do you think about your odds on the weekend? Come back. Oi! Yeah, look, drew well. Randall, it's drawn barrier 17. Oh, yeah, well, it likes being out there, so we should be sweet.